Hello again, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for today's tech showcase. For this session, I have Antoine from Voxco and Ascribe. But before I hand it on over to him, I just want to remind you about that Q&A box. If you have any questions, you can drop them there, and we'll get to them at the end. But Antoine, I'll pass it on over to you now.
Thank you, Bridget. Appreciate it. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining Unlocking Insights, Supercharge or Sentiment Analysis with Voxco Ascribe. I'm going to share a little bit about Voxco Ascribe briefly, and then I'm going to go into the presentation. So about 3 months ago, Ascribe merged with Voxco, a leading survey platform provider, as well as data collection provider. So we've combined our two assets to allow you, the researchers, to focus more on your business instead of technology. So since we've been in business for 24 years, we've analyzed over 6 billion responses through our platform. We are the #1 global text analytic platform that is out there. We service 2/3 of the top market research firms, as well as Fortune 500 brands across many different industries. People ask our why, and our why is making open-end analysis easy. That's what we exist to do. Here are a few of our clients. So our client tenure has been over a decade plus. Our average client is with us a decade plus. And the reason why is our software and solutions work, and because of our best-in-class service. So our clients have a lot of different use cases for analyzing open-end responses, and we offer a variety of solutions to handle them. You know, they come with different volumes, different turnaround periods, different size teams. So we have a variety of different solutions to handle that work. So today you're going to see CX Inspector, or like I call it, CXI. It is our one-click to insights. It is a fully automated text analytic platform. We also have Coder, our verbatim management tool, as well as our full service team that outsource for handling any of your coding needs. Embedded inside the technology you're going to look at today is called Theme Extractor. It is embedded inside of both CXI as well as Coder. Theme Extractor is our patent pending tool that allows us to analyze your responses, extract main ideas, and create theme-based human-like codes for you. And I'll talk a little bit more about that during the demonstration. So now I'm going to share my screen here and get into the presentation. All right. So I'm on the landing page of CX Inspector. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to import data manually, but we also have API and secure FTP import options available for you. So to import data is a simple process. You are toggling on the upload icon, grabbing your data file. And what the system is doing right now is interrogating your data file to determine the question variables that are located within the file. It will separate my open ends and closed ends. So this data file is dealing with a fitness center, a national known fitness center. They surveyed this is their annual member feedback survey. So they had about 1,300 responses for this open end. There are about 7 closed-end questions that were also imported that we can use for filtering, crosstabs, and sorting the results. On the right-hand side here, I'm going to set my parameters for the analysis. So this box here is my prompt, which is being used. It's not mandatory that I give the system a prompt, but it does help when you are analyzing your responses. So I'm just going to type in fitness center member feedback. The next thing here is the platform is language agnostic. So you can analyze responses, you can analyze data in any language. So if you have any multi-language surveys, or if you do surveys in other languages, you don't need to translate those responses prior to the analysis. You can analyze them in the native language, and the tool is capable of analyzing them in the native language and processing them in the correct manner. Now, you do have the option of displaying your results in a different language. We can display results in up to 53 languages. The default setting, of course, is English, but if you toggle on this drop down, you are able to select whatever language you want to display your results in. So I'm going to get into the theme extractor here. So the parameter set for theme extractor, I'm telling the system I want a maximum of 10 nets and 100 codes. And then I hit analyze. So once I hit analyze, the analysis begins to take place, and I am immediately brought to the visualization window here. And this is where we get into that one click to insights. This is what we mean by one click to insights. So once your analysis is done, you're immediately brought to the visualization window where you're able to visually see those results. So you can see where it's talking about the broken or outdated equipment, the counts and frequencies for that. And these visuals are interactive. But I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I want to switch to the edit window and talk more about theme extractor, and then I'll come back and finish up in the visualization screen. So here in the edit window is where I like to say the magic happens. This is where we bring the best of both worlds. We have AI partnered with HI. So our tool is not trying to eliminate human intelligence or human intervention, but this is where we give you that control. So our users have as much or as little control as they want over the results of their data. So we know that you are the experts. We're not the experts of your data. You are. So we're giving you that opportunity to present your data in a manner that you know your clients want. So our system is not a black box. So you're not stuck with the results that you're given. You're able to drill in and see these themes that theme extractor created. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about theme extractor here. I think it's better when you see it in action. So from those verbatim responses that were analyzed, it broke out these main ideas where people were talking about the equipment needs repair, the equipment is broken, the machines are broken, all these different and unique ways to talk about the equipment was broken or outdated. It's listed here. All these different main ideas are listed here, but theme extractor, when it extracted this from your verbatim response, it also categorized all these semantically similar themes together into this human-like code book under broken or outdated equipment. Again, this is where we talk about you having that control. You are able to combine codes together if you wanted to. It's a drag and drop feature to combine codes together. If you wanted to move ideas from one code to another, you have that ability to do so. You also can select ideas and create new codes if necessary. So we're giving you that full control over your results of the analysis. And if you take a look at this code book here, you can see how this code book is not a 1-word or 2-word topic. It is an actual, very descriptive code book where it's given, you don't have to drill in, you're not getting topics like equipment or locker room. You're able to see where people are talking about, hey, the equipment is broken and outdated. The facility is dirty. Poor facility upkeep. These are the ways that our theme extractor technology produces high-level code books for you. And it takes it a step further as well. So not only am I able to the theme extractor is able to produce a human-like code book with very descriptive codes. I'm able to see the results of the analysis that are within those codes, those main ideas that make up each and every one of these codes. Theme extractor also creates coding rules as it's going along, and I'm able to access those coding rules. And I'm also able to update and change them if I see necessarily fit. So again, our technology, our process is not a black box. We are giving you access to the magic behind what's going on that creates these code books. So now I'm going to shift and discuss about how Theme Extractor handles sentiment. So if you want to see your results in a sentiment view, you can toggle on the sentiment icon here at the top of the screen, and it will break your code book down into a positive, negative, and neutral code book. And if you drill into these codes, now not only are you able to see, are you able to see the themes the ideas that make up this code, but Theme Extractor gives it a sentiment rating. So let's go down and take a look at some of our negative features here. I think that's where we get most of the insight from. So when I drill into dirty locker rooms, I'm able to see where people are talking about, hey, I avoid the showers, the bathroom smells, the locker room smells, the floors are very dirty, the walls are dirty. All of these different and unique ideas are being classified in here under dirty locker room, and it gives it a sentiment, a rating associated right next to that response. Now, our sentiment rating is on a 5-point scale. So -2 being a strong negative, all the way to 2 being a strong positive. And here we give you control of that as well. So you have the ability, again, with you being the expert, you know what would be considered a strong positive or a strong negative in your data, and you have that ability to change that sentiment rating if necessary. So from here, I'm going to shift and show you how we handle sentiment in the visual window. So under the visualization, so we have several templates here available for you to display the results of your analysis. You also have the option of creating a customized visual. So this visual that we're looking at here is my customized visual for this data. I'm showing a sentiment pie chart. I have it broken down by the regions. So this is where those closed in variables come into play. So I have it broken down by region. I'm showing the East and the West. These visuals are completely interactive. So if I toggled on the negative, I'm able to pull up the responses that make up this sentiment, this negative sentiment pie chart for the Eastern Division. And I also see the actual verbatim responses with the sentiment rated highlighted on those responses, which are showing us why they're being considered negative. I also have those closed-in variables available for me as well, that additional closed-in information that was imported. I have access to that too. Again, these visuals are downloadable. So I can toggle on the screen here and download this chart. But I also have the option of creating a link to the visuals by toggling here and allowing my end user to have access to the platform where they can explore the visuals in real time. They can come in and interact with the visuals. They can create filters. They can even change the visuals and create a custom visual view for themselves. Next, we have the top 10 positive and negative codes, and I'm displaying the actual verbatim comments. So, and what you're looking at here, the top 10 is showing the results based off of our X score. And X score is our patented satisfaction rating. So it's similar to an NPS score, but it doesn't need a rating question to express the sentiment or the emotion of the respondents. So what it does is taking the actual verbatim response, summarizing, is giving that overall sentiment rating and comparing that with frequency and using the algorithm to give us this results of what we call an X score. So it allows you to get to the heart of what your respondent is saying based off the actual verbatim response and not based off of a rating question. So under friendly staff, this rating was a 60 for the X score. So we know here that our staff is doing a good job. They're helpful, they're friendly, they're attentive to the customers. The trainers are doing pretty well. They talk about the diverse classes that are being offered. But when you go down to the negative, where we can see where areas where we need to improve and our members are not happy, we can see them talking about the equipment needs to be repaired or replaced. That has a negative score of a 54, and that's a pretty high rating. So that's a big concern of our members here of this fitness center. And this is something that if it was me, I would want to address immediately. Again, with this being interactive, I can drill in and see those comments, each and every one of those comments that make up where they're talking about the equipment needs to be repaired. Another view for you is our code book by the net level in a positive, negative, and neutral fashion, as well as this here is called our sentiment insight chart. So it's giving me my top 5 nets or codes, but it's also displaying the closed in variables that are associated with the responses that make up these nets. So not only can I see where, okay, personal training, out of all of the respondents that said personal training, my net promoters, there was a rating of a 42 of the X score. My East division had a higher NPS rating than my West division. All of this is available for you through these customized views. The next aspect of how we handle sentiment and of emotion is with Ascribe. This is our latest tool that allows you to query the results of your analysis. So when you toggle on Ascribe here, there are some canned questions that are available for you, or you can enter in your own question. So I'm asking the system, what were the main emotions that were expressed? And I'm going to ask it across the separate divisions. Click Analyze. So now what's happening is Ask is going through, looking at the results of my analysis, and is pulling out all of the emotions that were expressed by my respondents, and then it's going to give me those key insights where telling a story. So in the East Division, the main emotions that were expressed, the negative main emotions that were expressed, people talked about their frustration, disappointment, disgust, and even anger towards the fitness center, dealing with the unclean and unsatisfactory conditions, broken equipment, the unprofessionalism of the staff, the uncomfortable temperatures of the fitness center, as well as the lack of amenities. Now, when you look at the positive emotions, they talked about, hey, there were some people who said the staff was friendly and very attentive and helpful, and they enjoyed the overall workout experience at this facility. When we look at the West, we see a little more information where, again, they're talking about their disappointment, their frustration, their concerns and disgust. But what I like about it is at the bottom, it gives us key ideas that were raised, but also suggestions for improvement. So here under these suggestions for improvement, it says, hey, implement a more rigorous cleaning and maintenance schedule. That'll handle those concerns of anger, frustration, disgust from our respondents about the cleanliness of the facility. Update and replace outdated equipment, particularly the cardio and free weights. So this is information that's really pivotal to us, that we don't have to dig through our data to find. Ask has presented it to us. It's giving it to us right here. It's at our fingertips. Now at the bottom, there's a summary where it discusses the similarities between the two divisions as well as some differences. And then it gives us an overall view of the emotions that was expressed within our analysis. This too is able to be downloaded. You can copy and paste it into a PowerPoint. Another unique feature about Ask is if I wanted to look at a specific code or I'm looking at a specific visual and I drill in on that visual. So if I look at the strong negative comments for the Western Division, I can have Ask drill in and summarize what's being the emotions that are being expressed here, or even ask you to say, hey, give me some suggestions for improvements for the West for these strong negative comments. And I'm able to see those results, take into consideration what the respondents and the members are being said on how to improve the facility. So this is vital to helping you with your report writing, or if you need to have a quick turnaround to give your end customer just a quick highlight or insight into what their data is, what's being said in their data by the respondents. Ask Ascribe is here to help and assist you with those needs. And this kind of concludes the high overview of our sentiment analysis tool within CX Inspector. I highlighted the features, I highlighted of what Ask Ascribe can do for you, what our theme extracted technology, what it provides. And now I'm going to turn it over to Bridget, where we can have our question and answer series.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Antoine. We do have some questions from the audience, but before we dive in, just as a reminder, if you have any more questions for Antoine, be sure to drop them in that Q&A box and we can get to them. But to kick things off, does the system, or can the system analyze text in Spanish?
Yes, it can. Like I said before, it is language agnostic. So any language that you have, we're able to analyze those responses. And then we give you the option of displaying those results, whether you want to display them in Spanish or English or French, you have that option of doing that.
That's awesome. Thank you. Another question we have here is, does it work with qual transcripts?
Yes, you can import transcripts into the platform as long as they are channel separated. Then you're able to upload those transcripts in. Most of the time when you're dealing with transcripts, you may have the moderator and the respondent in there together, but it's best if that is channel separated, where you're able to determine who's saying what and get the true feedback of your analysis.
Great, thank you. Would you be able to expand on how someone would get their data into Ascribe?
Sure. So we have API connections available. So one way in 2025 is going to be integrated into the Voxco platform. So if any one of you are Voxco users, you'll be able to access, import your data into the Ascribe platform directly from Voxco. That's one. The second is we have API connections. So you're able to use API to import data from your data collection platform. We are compatible with pretty much every data collection platform that's out there. So you can use API to export data from Qualtrics or whatever other platform you're using into the system, as well as a secure FTP. And then you can manually upload data into the platform as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. I think we've got time for another question or two. Does this solution analyze my closed ends and my open ends?
Yeah, so the analysis is done on the actual text of the open ends, but your closed ends are incorporated in where you're able to use them for visualizations with filtering, creating dimensions if you wanted to create a dimension. So it is part of the analysis your closings are being included in part of the analysis. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. And to just kind of wrap up this demo, could you share a little bit about why customers choose Ascribe?
Okay, so why our customers choose Ascribe, I would say we've been in business for 24 years, plus 24 plus years, and our clients know that, you know, we have the tools that address their needs. Quickly when we're doing demos, we do demos with client data, so they're able to quickly assess that, hey, our solutions are able to address their needs and concerns. Our second to none customer service and support. And again, we've been taking our knowledge and being in this space and operating in analyzing open-end text for 24 years. That gives us a leg up above other companies that are out there.
Wonderful. Thank you. And just as well, first, before I start to close things out, Antoine, I want to give you a big thank you for being here. This was a great demo. And to our attendees, if you're interested in getting in touch with Antoine or his team, make sure that you can email them at sales@goascribe.com or contact them on their website. But with that, our attendees, thanks for being here, and we'll see you over in the next demo. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.